Oh, there you are, YouTube. Our very first Advent toy. What's in there?
Okay, and we need to find the number 1.
What's in there?
Where? Okay, so
Oh,
pop it
what did you get?
and then we pull it out.
Oh, what did you get?
Look who's on your chocolate.
Maggie.
What did
Oh,
you...
I couldn't even get to see it.
You're so
Was that so yummy?
Who did Nellie get?
Who is
Stitch.
that? Let me see.
You got Stitch?
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow.
And this is the Doorable that was in the first day of the Advent calendar. Little Stitch. You want to take him?
Let me do number 1 up here. What is it?
What are we watching?
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Right off
All
the
right.
bat.
Way to go.
Wow.
Before I get into my review, here are some ways we celebrated this film previous years when we pulled it from our Advent calendar. Just finished Home Alone. Don't know really what to say about it that has not already been said. I guess the only thing I can think of to talk about is how you watch it differently as an adult. When you're a kid, you are enjoying all the times that Kevin screams, you know, his classic, like that. And then we screams at the old neighbor. And then I still laugh at the one where the Wet Bandit's van is about to hit him and he's like, you know, that part. I think that's really funny. And obviously, you know, when the Wet Bandits are getting destroyed at the end of the movie, that part, you know, is a favorite when you're a kid. But as an adult, I feel like I'm noticing the parts that get me more laughing are the parents and Uncle Frank and just still Kevin, but like some of the inflections that Kevin gives for certain words, like when he's on the stairwell to the attic and he says to his mother, I never want to see you again for the rest of my whole life. And when he does it, he like puts his hand like this. I never want to see you again for the rest of my whole life. The way he moves his hand, I don't know, that part is just funny. Just watching his movements, his eyes. He actually reminds me of one of my daughters. I think it's the blonde hair, and I don't know, the eyelids are kind of similar, I guess. So I just see a lot of one of my kids in Kevin when I'm watching that movie. But yeah, it's just kind of a different experience as an adult versus as a kid, but still very enjoyable. Like, I wasn't like dreading watching it because it's like some kids movie or anything like that. I still love it. Grew up watching it. I watched it year round as a kid. Like, I would watch it in the middle of the summer. June, this hat. Does anybody recognize this hat? You understanding why I wore this hat? My wife knit this for me. It's Kevin McAllister's hat that he's wearing. Actually, that scene I was just talking about when he's like face to face with the van, like that. He's wearing this hat. So take a look at this hat, rewatch the movie, see if you remember. But yeah, my wife made this for me. She's a great knitter, an amazing knitter. And I don't even know where I was. Let me think. Right, watch it all year round. I used to watch this movie all year round as a kid. It never had like a sacred must be watched around Christmas time sort of thing, but it was that way for my wife. So I grew up watching Home Alone in the summer months and the fall months, spring, winter, all the time. It didn't matter. Like very bright, sunny June, July days, I was still watching Home Alone. But my wife, she like holds those things a little bit more dearly. And when we got married, we created this movie advent calendar tradition that we do, and that sort of set the stage for certain movies being delegated, is that the right word? Delegated? I don't think that's the right word. I think maybe it is. Purposed? I don't know. What am I looking for? Movies were only watched during their season, right? So, Home Alone, a Christmas movie, only watched during December, during Advent season. So, yeah, that's why we watch this movie only when it is pulled from our Christmas Advent calendar. We don't put it in any other time of the year. So that was kind of a major shift for me, because I, watch, not as much anymore with kids, but watch at least one movie every single day, and have for a long time. Just, TV was one of my babysitters, TV was one of my friends growing up, and there was always a movie on. So a lot of times that movie was Home Alone, and just sort of shifting out of that to only seeing it once a year was kind of a major shift. But at that point, I'm an adult when I got married, so it wasn't like I was watching Home Alone as much as I was when I was a kid anyway. But I'd pop it in every once in a while. So yeah, kind of a big shift, but it's kind of nice. I don't know. I guess it does in some ways make it more special. Um, I am thankful that I did watch it as much as I did when I was a kid, because I feel like I can just like quote it verbatim half the time. Although I feel like now that I'm getting older, it's getting a little harder to quote it verbatim. Like I will mess up a few words here and there, and I think that's because one, this brain is getting older, and two, I'm just not watching it as often. So I might screw up something, or say it before it's said, and I was like, oh, I messed that up a little bit. I can't believe I did that. But still, lovely film to quote if you're into quoting movies and you grew up with this movie. It's good for that. Also, have my Funko Pop figure of Kevin. I really don't have many of these. This was like on sale as a Christmas decoration. It was like 75% off at Target a few years back. And my wife and I were like, oh, well, we have to get that because it was considered a Christmas decoration. So they just marked down the price so heavily. But yeah, we don't really collect these, but we thought this was a good one to have. We don't really decorate with it though. It just kind of sits in our Christmas storage box. But I thought maybe for this season of Christmas, I would have it behind me for these videos. I don't know if all of these videos are gonna be about the Advent movie calendar. Maybe they will. But it was just kind of fitting that today our movie was Home Alone, and then I could, set this up as decoration for down here. But yeah, Home Alone, great, still love it. And yeah, I guess, I don't know, what else could I guess, the other Advents, I thought it was funny how my kids, it was like my daughter who got the little Doorable of Stitch was like so stunned because she's had these before but never in Advent form like that. So I think she was kind of stunned, like, what? Like, what? Why did Stitch come out of this door or this box? I don't understand. She kind of seemed stunned or shocked, or not sure how to react. And then my other daughter, who had the chocolate Advent calendar, just plucked that out and popped it in her mouth so quick. Definitely a big chocolate fan. And yeah, I don't know. I thought that was funny. I don't even know what those chocolates look like. I'm hoping tomorrow I can film those chocolates because I guess they're shaped as Mickey or something. I don't know. She ate it so fast I couldn't see. But I think that's going to do it for today. And perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.